So Wuthering Waves is the most predatory game in the market right now. Not Genshin Impact or Fate Go. It's a game called Wuthering Waves, and I hate saying that because I genuinely really like this game. But no, I actually didn't expect the game to reach this level. I started playing right after the anniversary of last year, when Cartithia's kit was first revealed. I downloaded it because I was kinda bored with all the other gachas, and I figured maybe it's time to install and delete maybe in 6 or 7 days. And then they hit you with this. So I was like, damn, one of my favorite games, one of my favorite genres, one of my favorite enemies as well, having a collab with this game. I better give this Wuthering Waves game a chance, right? And that's the problem. That's exactly how they get you. From the moment that you give Wuthering Waves a chance, the game will sucker punch you out of nowhere to gacha gambling addiction hell. I'm not even exaggerating. One day you're just farming out there for some asteroids for the Cyberpunk collab, and the next day they hit you with the feat trailer.
And I'll do anything, I'll do whatever it takes to...
The problem is that it's a patch of peak after a patch of peak after a patch of peak, and every single update is just better and better than the last one. Just makes you want to pull more and makes you want to spend more money on the game, right? And that's the worst kind of predatory practice, because it's not straight up asking for cash like other gacha games. It's the sheer amount of improvements that you notice and the enjoyment that you get out of this game. And to me, that's the most predatory thing I've ever experienced. Like, can we please get a patch where we can skip someone? And yes, thank you, Sigurika. I think the system is designed in a way that is not predatory on the surface, but it puts you on a point where you feel like you can spend more money to support the devs, and your money will actually do something. Unlike other games. Something like improve the game, add more quality of life because the devs listen, and add more content we want, like the Cyberpunk collab. And I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back actually, because right after the collab that made players save for ages and spending all their money, they hit you with the 3.5 stream. It's like, are you kidding me? Like 2 great looking skins, insane amount of quality of life improvements, 1.0 character banner rerun at the same time. Yeah, I'm way too cooked. I'm way too hooked to the game to actually quit. And why would I? This game have kept me entertained for a full year, and it looks like it's gonna keep me entertained for way more than that. And it seems like all the other games are not doing so great either. Actually, I want to speak about something else. So of course, if you haven't gotten that I'm being halfway sarcastic there with the suffering from success jokes, that doesn't mean that WoW doesn't have predatory practices at all. There is a lot of issues underneath the table. So the thing is that WoW has a lot less issues than other games, which makes it or gives it the label of being more generous than other gacha games, but in the end, it's a game about monetization and a game about getting as much money from your wallet as possible, right? The best thing about it was like you can buy the sequence note right from the shop, and the sequence note have been nerfed a lot. Like the S1 hasn't been really that good of a sequence note since, I don't know, maybe 1.0. Remember, ever since Cartithia came out, the S1 haven't been that good at all. And with the Cyberpunk collab, the units really amplified that. You can see Lucy gets a massive damage increase at S2 and at S3, with the S1 being basically useless. Same with Rebecca. And the problem with the Cyberpunk banner is because they made a separate whole banner with a separate pity. Like there's a separate whole new wishing item, and the corals that you get for a refund are harder to get and more expensive to buy sequence note with. And right now the HP inflation is killing most of the fun in the game. Like the inflation is increased up to 40% in the end game, which alone just makes the game kind of boring. It just makes it Genshin 2.0, and I think it's gonna make people just snap out of their honeymoon phase and just quit the game or stop spending money on the game.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god.